name is Jessenia Sanchez. I am the People and Operations Coordinator at Caminero Law. We are a small personal injury law firm in the state of Florida. We first came across scale-up staffing actually through a recommendation. Our head of firm and attorney, Francesca Caminero, expressed to an attorney she knows she was interested in possibly looking for virtual assistants, and because they had used scale-up staffing before, they immediately recommended them to us. And that's when our relationship actually started with Scale Up. Being that I am the People and Ops Coordinator at the firm, it's my job to take on the hiring, onboarding, and offboarding process. And so when we started looking into the possibility of doing virtual assistants, I had some hesitations since although our team is remote, we are all within the state of Florida and live very near each other. And so this would be the first time we'd have a team member not in those circumstances. Our head of the firm, who had received the scale-up staffing recommendation, had less concerns because she saw other firms utilizing their VAs and doing it successfully. And so my hesitations came from making sure that we had ability to utilize the, interviewing process the way we wanted to, so that we could find the best fit, not just when it comes to the actual work part of it, but also the cultural side of it. We always want to make sure at our firm that we hire a good cultural fit as well. And I wanted to make sure we had the time and the process to do so. So those initial hesitations were kind of put at ease pretty immediately. We work with Jonathan at Scale Up, who's fantastic in making sure to answer all my questions. And I remember essentially being like, hey, can the hiring and interview process look like this? And I was able to do it the way I wanted to. And the way that was essentially after receiving resumes and videos from Jonathan, depending on what we were looking for us, what the interview process was going to look like. Essentially, I wanted to take the candidates that Jonathan would send over and look through the videos and resumes, and then be able to what I call the screening process, which is after narrowing down from the list sent to me, I then get on a call with the candidates that I've pulled out of that list to get to know some basics, just some initial questions that I can take and then narrow down even more. And then the round 2 would be them meeting the case manager at the firm and the attorney / head of firm. So I'm able to look for people who have the background we're looking for, experience we're looking for, while also being able to ask personality questions, work behavior questions, how they organize themselves and all that good stuff. And they're always so open to our questions. The candidates never have an issue with us getting to know them more through the lens of the past work they've done, as well as just who the people, who they are as people. So they're always really great at answering the variety of questions. That second round where it's the panel interview, we do kind of like popcorn question and we go around, and they are always so great at, taking the time to answer each one of our questions to make us feel more comfortable. Now, in between those 2 rounds, I also send an assessment to the candidates that I'm considering for that second round, so that if they complete it, it allows us to see a little bit more of the actual admin part of what their job would be. And that, of course, is 3 steps that I was at first concerned that I wouldn't be able to do, or maybe be able to do to the extent we wanted to, but it was important for us to be able to execute those interview steps so that we feel comfortable making the best decision for our firm and for our team. And Scale Up was super helpful in making sure that we can execute all of that and make sure that every time we're hiring out of, making sure that they're the best one for our team. What is so great is that throughout the process of receiving candidates, we have gotten in positions where at the end of the interviewing process, and it's a hard decision to make. And that's a good problem to have, right? And we have to sit there and as a team talk through everything we've learned about each candidate, their experience, their personality, how everything flow, what kind of tasks have they had experience with, what will be easy for them to learn if they haven't had, maybe experience with our system, or conversations where we really got to dig in deep. And anytime you encounter a candidate that is more of a clear answer, that's okay too. I let Jonathan, my Scale Up person, know, hey, these are not the candidates that we're moving forward with. And it could be just because it gets down to some granular things, because you have a lot of candidates that have good experience, certain tasks or certain law they've practiced and whatnot. So we can get a little bit more granular because we have, different candidates to choose from. I think my overall experience on the hiring and the interviewing side has been super pleasant. I think I'm always able to go back and forth with Scale Up and saying, this is what we're looking for and this is the time frame. So you let me know what the options are. I think it's just very open to communication. The candidates themselves, we've had pretty good experiences with making sure they are the right fit as far as doing the work. They're quick to learn, they're passionate about learning and doing things correctly. Our current VA, like our most recent hire, we keep saying we wish we had 10 more of her. We're just very lucky that we've been able to find VAs that fit so well within our community here at Caminero Law. It's been a really good experience to go through the process and come out on the other side with exactly what we were looking for. How has Scale Up Staffing impacted the business or practice? It's just allowed us to make sure that no one on the team is ever, drowning in work, overworked, burning out. They all bring a can-do attitude and helping each other out as teammates. I think that's really important to us when it comes to, helping us save on costs for the labor that we need. It's super helpful to have folks who are coming in with the experience they're coming in with, can provide good customer service for our clients, and are just a lot of relief for each employee and teammate that having this extra help brings, right? I think it alleviates so much stress for the legal team, and that's essentially what we were looking for when we first started the journey of using VAs. So I think it's done what it's needed to do for us. Working with Scale Up, I think just their ability to have open communication, have good candidates and great rapport with us is why we continue to work with them. We recommend them to everyone who always mentions to us or doesn't mention to us, but they don't know that they need VAs yet. We are more than happy to always recommend it because we've had such a great experience both on the personal side between Scale Up and us, as well as on the candidate side, and being able to have good teammates. I think if there's ever been a time where we have certain questions or concerns or anything like that, as soon as we reach out, they're there ready to show up and help us in any kind of way. So it's been something that it's not a question of should we recommend, should we do it, should we continue to do it? It's always a yes. It's always a yes because we've had such a great experience and gotten such good work relationships out of it that it's never really a question. It's more of just, why haven't you done it yet? So yes, we recommend it if you're looking to, definitely add additional people to your team to alleviate and prevent burnout, save on costs, make sure you're getting good quality candidates for customer service. So that's been our experience with Scale Up Staffing. We're super grateful for everybody and the relationships that they build with us. And that's about it. Thank you so much.